Welcome. My name is Mike Spanbauer, Managing Director of Research at NSS Labs. Here with me today is CEO and founder Dr. Hongwen Zhang from Wedge Networks, as well as VP of Marketing and Sales for Wedge Networks, Steve Chappell. So we're going to ask a couple of questions and discuss the cloud today. So Dr. Zhang, the first question's for you. Specifically, there's a number of drivers that influence cloud adoption and the challenges around cloud security, mobility being one. Can you comment on the mobility challenges that you've discussed with your own customers?
So I think that mobility itself provides really a very strong reason why cloud is needed. And so you have the bring your own device, and a lot of times also works with bring your own cloud, and the large amount of dynamic content being generated. That really create a strong challenge that invalidates a lot of assumptions by the traditional security parameter-based defense. So if you look at what is commonly used today is mobile device management, really do not deal with the mobile data. It's mobile data that really matters, right? Bad things touch your mobile devices and good confidential information leaked out. So focusing on the data path really should be a very, very important element. And that's what Wedge Networks as a company has been really putting a lot of R&D on, and ensuring a secure data path all the way end to end, make sure that mobile data is secure and access to the cloud is secure.
Right now, Steve, I have a question for you with respect to the challenges that Dr. Zhang just laid out. What do you do when a customer challenges on these, and how would Wedge address these issues, move past them, and overcome these hurdles?
The problems we've had with the cloud being adopted because of security are being overcome. That's been a big obstacle for a while, and we know a lot of companies are working on that. So what Wedge is doing is we're taking it to the next step and almost turn it around. We're now going to be able to offer security services from the cloud. And so it's going to allow service providers and the small to medium businesses to be able to get their security services from the cloud. So instead of the worrying of the cloud offering or having security, you're actually getting your security. So it now allows us to be able to offer the basics of data loss prevention, anti-spam, anti-malware, web filtering, some of those basic services that today are basically on the network layer, on the actual individual PC layer. We're going to be able to provide those services from the cloud layer. And what's really important about that is the networks are changing. With the bring your own devices getting so large, with the smartphones and the iPads and the pad devices, that you can't really load these type of applications on them to provide that services. And so it's hard for the small businesses, or for any businesses actually, to be able to provide complete end-to-end security for all their devices based on a network type solution like it has in the past. With cloud-based security, we can provide clean data path through all those devices and provide it from the cloud services. They don't have to install anything on their infrastructure. It's very easily for them to install it or to turn up the service, and then they can grow with it very easily also as their business grows.
And along those same lines, there's a host of challenges or inhibitors for the broader cloud adoption. I'd like to know what you're hearing most commonly are the most chief inhibitors from enterprises and providers alike that you help with your solutions?
That's a very, very good question. So in the past, Wedge Networks has been working with customers. They are in the process of deciding moving to the cloud and then eventually move to the cloud. Certainly, security is a key concern. Maybe we can just dive deeper into what's really the concern is. You look at it, when the assets are moved into the cloud, number one is that you get this separation anxiety. You're not quite sure if you still have control of your asset or not. The other thing is actually distort the traditional defense parameter of the security. Now there are virtual machines sitting in a virtual network. You really do not know what the boundary is. So that really has been perceived risks in a very high level description. But we also see that conventional technologies was able to address that. Technologies such as Wedge Networks technology can really provide a security layer when the parameter become unidentified. So from that perspective, we also want to emphasize that at this stage, we really believe the cloud and security for the cloud is really an opportunity for a certain breed of organizations that can offer security in a much more managed way.
Dr. Hongwen Zhang and Steve Chappell from Wedge Networks. Thanks once again, gentlemen.